ISIL. The BBC was told by Iraq's prime minister that Syria has now launched airstrikes against ISIL militants in Iraq. Meanwhile, Iran and the U.S. both flying surveillance aircraft over Iraq. So just to be clear, the U.S. now finds itself on the same side as Bashar al-Assad and Iran when it comes to fighting this rebellion in Iraq, not to mention Muqtada al-Sadr, who we all remember attacked and killed U.S. forces with his militias not so long ago.
Yes, Stephanie, you're absolutely right. Welcome to Middle East politics, where this sort of thing happens all the time. And Dell just said it, you know, my enemy's enemy is my friend. Frankly, the Iraqi government is going to take help from wherever it can get it. It's in that state of desperation. And remember that these ISIL fighters came in from Syria. They were fighting Assad in Syria. So Assad certainly sees that it's in his interest to kill them wherever he has an opportunity, wherever they happen to be it in Syria or in Iraq. So I don't think there's any surprise there, but it does certainly start to feel like a regional war when you have so many countries playing across the borders.
And therefore, doesn't the U.S. need to be careful? You've got both U.S. Special Forces and Iran's Revolutionary Guards now operating with Iraqi security forces separately, I would assume. But does the U.S. need to watch what side it takes, especially given that the ISIL rebels on the other side are funded by U.S. allies in the Gulf?
It's true. Saudi and others have certainly poured a lot of money and guns into the Syrian rebels, some of which presumably got to ISIL on purpose or by accident. But again, every country in the Middle East finds itself in the situation where it's friends with one country or has common interest on one issue and then turns around and is on the opposite side of another issue. You know, first of all, I think the U.S. doesn't really have the ability to say you can do this and you can't. These countries are acting out of their own self-interest. They border Iraq. These are core interests for those countries. To your point about Iran, you know, I think you're right. We're not going to be working hand in glove with Iran, but your question underlines the importance that there be some coordination here. The real danger, I think, for the U.S. as it goes forward is not so much that it would cooperate with Iran. It's done that before, for example, on Afghanistan. The issue is, will the U.S. be seen as taking sides in a sectarian war? That's the thing that I think it gives one caution.
Jim Walsh, research associate with MIT Security Studies Program, joining us from Watertown, Massachusetts this morning. Jim, good to see you. Thank you.